Okay, welcome to Warmaster Podcast. Today we're going to be doing a video box unboxing. Some of the stuff I picked up over Christmas, paid for it myself, so obviously all reviews are my own. They're not being bought, so there's no bias in any way, shape or form. So this is Pike Shotte, 28mm game for Warlord miniatures, or Warlord games, based on the English Civil War or the 17th century European wars. And quite a good value box set. I think I picked it up for about 50 plus post. I think it retails for, is it 78 from Warlord? 78, but you do get a full-size rule book, which is about 30 quid, and it's hardback, and you get everything you need to get a starter army, not an army. I'll try and talk through a little bit of what's going on in here, there, and everywhere as we unpack it. But this is the box itself, so quite a heavy box. For King and Country, and then we'll have a little look around. So it says here we get a full colour rule book, 82 mini posed hard plastic 28mm miniatures, 58 Pike musket including command, 12 cavalry and 12 infantry with firelocks. So I think a normal unit of Pike and Shotte, the smallest you can have is maybe 12 Pike and 16 shots, or 28 miniatures. So you might get a couple of full brigades, or whatever they call them, battalion or what, basically 2 units of Pike and Shotte. They have the unit of Pike in the middle and 2 wings of Shotte, so you get 2 lots of those, a unit of 12 cavalry, or if you're playing like we are, you can play 6 cavalry as a unit, so 2 units of cavalry and a unit of firelock. So it's quite a reasonable pack in there. So we've got nothing on here. The bottom is white. Talks about some other related stuff, and yeah, this is the bit that everybody wants to see, where you get stuck into it, isn't it? So let's do that. There's a little bit ripped already on the shrink wrap. Everybody loves that shrink wrap ripping sound. Okay, so what have we got in the box? We're going to be relying on the camera to do its autofocus work, so pray for me with that one. Right, so we got the Pike and Shotte. It's not actually hardback, it's softback. But it's still, well, maybe if it's hardback it wouldn't get like dinged up like this on the edges where it's been kind of banging around. But it's still full size. It's like your A4 size rule book. Have a quick look around. Break test results. This is one of the main differences between this and a game like Warmaster, is how units leave the battlefield. And so when they lose combats, etc., they roll on this table and add modifiers, and if they get over 7, if they get under 4, they kind of remove themselves from the game. Anyway, so we're not going to talk about the actual game system itself. We're just going to talk about what's in the box today. So a nice full colour rule book. I did think it was hardback. It does look like it's softback. I don't know if that's a change, because I think Rid's opened his yet, maybe he hasn't, because I'm playing this with a Rid the Painter. It says copyright 2020, so maybe this is a second edition. Maybe some of the older boxes have hardback ones in there, because all the other videos I've seen about this have had a hardback, but this is kind of softback, but still the full rule book. And then we have a summary of the 2 armies, I guess. Well, as the armies are the armies, they're not going to be much different. Because basically the English Civil War, everybody's the same. They just decide, as most civil wars, yeah, they just choose sides, and then they're fighting with identical equipment and mostly identical training until later in the war, with the new model army come along and kind of reinvent the rule book by teaching people to read and write. Which who'd have thought teaching people to read and write is a good idea. So it talks about what we get in the box. We get 50, which says on there, 58 Pike and musket, including command, 12 cavalry, 12 infantry armed with firelock, and the rulebook. Okay. In addition, you'll need plastic glue to assemble, side cutters to remove the models from frames, dice, and a tape measure. So I'm not expecting any dice or measuring things, what do they have, like rules. Okay, so we'll have to move this out of the way. So we have horses. So maybe I could try and keep the box out of the way for now, so we can focus on one thing to focus on. So a frame of horses, so that'll be 4 horses. So maybe 3 frames of horses. Is that what we're going to get in here? Yeah, that seems right. Okay, and then this is one of the slightly. You can't be too picky, can you? When you're not really paying a lot of money for these things. But we have a firelock fella here, single pose, couple of different hats, a couple of different arms. But with it being single pose and it's kind of this running pose, it will be relatively difficult to create variety without a bit of conversion work. And it's quite hard to convert these when they've got 2 arms. So you kind of glue them on in one piece. So you can have variety in the hats, obviously, and the arms. But it reminded me of was it a Mantic zombie frame? Was that the one? Where there was like back when Mantic were getting going, and it was quite difficult to create any variety really from this single frame like this, where it just had so you got 12 of these to make a unit. They are skirmish, you can put on different bases, so you can kind of vary it up a little bit with the basing. So we've got 12 of these firelock, which makes a unit of firelock. And then what else have we got? Let's get these out of the way. Right, we've got some big sprues. Okay, so these will be. Oh, right. I was going to say they look like pikemen because I saw the pikes at the top, but they've also got some muskets. So I guess it may just be like there are a few of this sprue that you can kind of make what you want to make. So we got. Let's have many of these sprue. We've got 1, we've got 2, 3. Okay, we've got 4 of this sprue. So this sprue has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 torsos. They're identical. So that's okay. So there's only 2 poses here, repeated 4 times, I think. Or if there's any change, it's only a very minor change. And then up the top here we have. They're a little bit different. They're a little bit different. He's different. So we got those. Let's call those repeated. 13 of which there are 7 different sculpts. Okay. So 13, 13, 13, 13. So that's 52, isn't it? Okay, right. And then we have some. What are we going to have here? Oh, we've got our command strip, haven't we? Oh, these are cavalry strip, actually. What am I talking about? So these are riders. So we have, I guess we've got 12 horses, so we're going to get 4 sprues of these to make 12 riders. And we have, well, that's good. I was hoping they'd put the flag in, because as we're going to do 6s, because a standard size unit can be between 6 and 12 cavalry, but to save on painting, because cavalry are a pain in the arse to paint, and because we're playing against each other, we can choose our own settings. So we're going to our own scale for units. We're going to have 6. So I was hoping there would be some extra of these flagpoles in, so that we could make 6s. Because if there was only 1 flagpole in here with 12, then it would be a little bit awkward. But as there's flagpoles and bugles on each sprue, it'd be quite easy to make 2 units of 6. So I will have 2 sets of cavalry sprues of 12, because I'm getting another 12 off rid, and that will be 4 units of 6. Or if I do make Cromwell's big unit of iron sides, or whatever they're called, I'll just use the 12. I know it's supposed to be 13 and above for a large unit, but if a small unit, a regular unit is 6, then 12's a big unit for me. So that's what we're going to be doing. So these are the fellas here. Hopefully you can see them. I haven't done this overhead kind of camera before. It's a new idea, new setup. Hopefully the white balance and stuff and the autofocus is working reasonably well. What else we got in here? Some more firelocks. And then we have, what are these fellas here? Okay, this looks like a command sprue. Right, so 58 plastic miniatures. Okay, right, so we got 26 of the regular dudes, which I guess, well, how would I do that? 26, so we need 12. 12 and 14 doesn't work. Oh yeah, it does 12 and 16, so we could do 12 and 16. We have 16 pike, including the command here, and 12 in 2 lots of 6 for the musket. So that's quite good value. You get 58 infantry, 12 cavalry, 12 skirmish, and a rule book, and it was about 50 quid. So you do the maths. It's less than £1 a miniature and a free rule book. And that would give you a small army. I think realistically you need to double up to have, and then add a bit of artillery, and that probably would be an army for, especially if you're playing at the numbers we're playing with. So we're doing everything kind of the minimum. So you can have much bigger pike wings, musket wings. You can have bigger pike blocks, and you can have many more cavalry in a unit. But if you keep it to the minimums, 2 boxes of this, and maybe some artillery, and that's probably you done. Anyway, we'll see how this recording comes out. It's about 10 minutes. I don't really want to do much more than that. There's a little thing in here showing me who's packed it. That's always nice to know. It's Vaz. Thanks a lot, Vaz. You did a good job here, it seems. Well done, you. And also any questions and customer service and stuff. It's always nice to have that in there so you don't have to go hunting for it if there's a problem. Yeah, so this was, dearie me, King and Country, Pike and Shotte, Civil War. Maybe you'll get some updates on how I'm doing. I did cheat. I bought 2 full Pike and Shotte units already painted off eBay because I like to get a head start, because rid paints really quickly. So that is, what's that, 16 and 12, so that's 28 times 2, 56 miniatures. I've already got painted metal ones, so ready to go. So gives me a little bit of a head start. Anyway, if you're interested in Pike and Shotte, or you want me to do some more Pike and Shotte stuff, let me know. Otherwise, I expect me to be unboxing other random stuff in the next few days. All right, thanks a lot, and see you next time.